The success habits of the rich. Once upon a time in a bustling city, there lived a young man named Alex. Alex was in his 20s and worked at a small marketing company. Although he had a stable job, he often dreamed of becoming rich and successful. He wanted to live in a big house, drive a fancy car, and travel the world. But Alex did not know where to start. One day, he met an old man named Mr. Johnson in a coffee shop. Mr. Johnson was a retired businessman who had made a fortune in his life. Alex was curious about his success, so he decided to talk to him. "Excuse me, sir," Alex said. "Can I ask you how you became so successful?" Mr. Johnson smiled and replied, "Of course. Success does not come by chance. It comes from good habits. Let me share some of them with you." Alex listened carefully as Mr. Johnson explained the habits that helped him succeed. Star 1. Setting goals. First, Mr. Johnson said, you need to set clear goals. Successful people always know what they want. Write down your goals and make them specific. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be rich," say, "I want to earn $100,000 in 5 years." This way, you have something to work towards. Alex nodded, realizing how important it was to have clear goals. He decided to write down his own goals when he got home. Star 2. Continuous learning. Second, Mr. Johnson continued, never stop learning. The world is always changing, and so should you. Read books, take online courses, and attend workshops. Knowledge is power, and it can open many doors for you. Alex thought about how he rarely read books. He promised himself to start reading at least one book a month to expand his knowledge. Star 3. Networking. Third, Mr. Johnson said, build a strong network. Surround yourself with successful people. Attend events, join clubs, and make connections. You never know when a new opportunity will come your way through someone you meet. Alex realized that he often stayed at home instead of meeting new people. He decided to join a local business group to meet like-minded individuals. Star 4. Time management. Fourth, Mr. Johnson advised, manage your time wisely. Successful people prioritize their tasks and avoid distractions. Make a daily schedule and stick to it. This will help you stay focused on your goals. Alex often found himself wasting time on social media. He promised to create a daily plan to manage his time better. Star 5. Financial discipline. Fifth, Mr. Johnson added, be disciplined with your finances. Save a portion of your income every month and invest it wisely. Understand the difference between needs and wants. This will help you build wealth over time. Alex realized he often spent money on unnecessary things. He decided to start saving and investing a little every month. Star 6. Healthy lifestyle. Finally, Mr. Johnson said, take care of your health. Exercise regularly, eat well, and get enough sleep. A healthy body supports a healthy mind, which is essential for success. Alex knew he needed to improve his health. He promised to start exercising and eating better. After their conversation, Alex thanked Mr. Johnson and left the coffee shop feeling inspired. He went home and wrote down his goals, started reading a book about personal development, and signed up for a local networking event. Months passed, and Alex worked hard to implement the habits Mr. Johnson had shared with him. He set specific goals, learned new skills, connected with successful people, managed his time, saved money, and took care of his health. Slowly but surely, he began to see changes in his life. One day, while attending a networking event, Alex met a business owner named Sarah. They struck up a conversation and discovered the power of positive thinking every day. Once upon a time in a small town named Sunnyvale, there lived a girl named Lily. Lily was known for her bright smile and cheerful personality. Every day, she woke up with a positive mindset, ready to face whatever challenges came her way. One sunny morning, as she was walking to school, she saw her friend Max sitting alone on a bench. He looked sad and worried. Lily approached him and asked, "What's wrong, Max?" Max sighed and replied, "I didn't do well on my math test, and I feel terrible. I think I'll never be good at math." Lily sat next to him and said, "Don't think like that. It's just one test. You can improve if you practice. Let's study together." Max looked surprised. "You really think I can do better?" "Of course," Lily exclaimed. "With a little effort and a positive attitude, you can achieve anything." Feeling encouraged, Max smiled a little. They decided to meet after school to study math together. That day, Lily taught him some new techniques, and they had fun solving problems. Slowly but surely, Max began to feel more confident. As the days went by, Lily continued to spread her positivity. She volunteered at the local animal shelter every Saturday. One day, she found a little puppy named Charlie. He was scared and alone, hiding in a corner. Lily knelt down and said softly, "Don't worry, little one. You're safe now." With patience and love, she helped Charlie come out of his shell. Soon, he was wagging his tail and playing happily with Lily. She decided to adopt him, and they became the best of friends. One afternoon, while walking Charlie in the park, Lily met Sarah, a new girl in town. Sarah looked shy and nervous. Lily approached her and said, "Hi, I'm Lily, and this is Charlie. Would you like to join us?" Sarah hesitated but then nodded. As they walked together, Lily shared stories about her favorite books and hobbies. Sarah felt more relaxed and began to open up. "I'm really nervous about starting at a new school," she admitted. Lily smiled and said, "I understand. It can be tough, but remember, every day is a new opportunity. Just be yourself, and you'll make friends in no time." Sarah smiled back, feeling inspired by Lily's positive outlook. They exchanged phone numbers and promised to meet again. As the weeks passed, Lily's circle of friends grew. She always encouraged them to stay positive. Whenever someone faced a challenge, she would say, "Let's look at the bright side. There's always a solution." One day, during a school assembly, the principal announced a talent show. Lily's friends were excited, but Max looked worried again. "What if I forget my lines?" he asked. Lily replied, "Just practice. And remember, no one is perfect. Just have fun and enjoy the moment." With her support, Max decided to join the talent show. He practiced every day, and Lily helped him with his performance. When the day of the show arrived, Max was nervous but also excited. As his turn came, he walked on stage, took a deep breath, and smiled. He remembered Lily's words and focused on enjoying the moment. The audience cheered, and he felt proud of himself for overcoming his fears. The talent show was a huge success. Everyone showcased their talents, and Lily was proud of her friends. They learned that with a positive mindset, they could achieve their goals. After the show, Lily noticed that Sarah was still feeling anxious about her new school. "Sarah, how about we create a plan to make things easier for you?" Lily suggested. They sat down together and wrote a list of things Sarah could do to make new friends. Simple things like joining clubs, overcoming laziness and procrastination. Once upon a time in a small town, there lived a young man named Tom. Tom was known for his friendly smile and kind heart, but he had one big problem. He was incredibly lazy. He often put off important tasks, and spent most of his days playing video games or watching TV. His friends would often say, "Tom, you could do so much more if you just tried." But Tom would just laugh and say, "Why work hard when I can have fun?" One sunny morning, Tom's best friend, Anna, invited him to join a local basketball team. "It will be great for you, Tom. You'll meet new people and get fit," she exclaimed. However, Tom replied, "I don't know, Anna. I have to finish my video game first." Anna sighed but decided to give him some time. Days turned into weeks, and the basketball team continued to practice without Tom. Meanwhile, Tom's laziness grew stronger. He skipped chores, ignored his homework, and even neglected his health. One day, while sitting on his couch, he noticed a flyer on the coffee table. It was for a local competition called The Challenge. The winner would receive a grand prize of $1,000. Tom's eyes widened with excitement. "I could use that money for a new game," he thought. However, the flyer also mentioned that participants had to complete several tasks over a month. These tasks included running, studying, and even volunteering in the community. Tom felt a wave of panic. "I can't do all that. It sounds like too much work," he groaned. But then he remembered how much he wanted that money. He decided to join the competition, thinking it would be easy. The next day, Tom attended the first meeting for the challenge. As he entered the room, he saw many enthusiastic faces. They were all excited and ready to start. Tom felt a little nervous but tried to hide it. The organizer, Mr. Johnson, explained the rules and the importance of dedication and commitment. "This challenge is not just about winning money, but about changing your life," he said. Tom shrugged, thinking he would just take it easy. The first task was to run 2 miles. Tom had never been a fan of running. "I'll just walk," he thought. When the day of the run arrived, he showed up late and decided to walk the entire distance. The other participants finished quickly, and Tom found himself far behind. When he crossed the finish line, he was exhausted and disappointed. "This is harder than I thought," he admitted to himself. The next task was to study for a test on local history. Tom had procrastinated and left studying until the night before. He stayed up late playing video games and barely remembered anything the next day. When the test results were announced, he received a low score. "I can't believe I failed," he exclaimed, feeling frustrated. Tom was at a crossroads. He could either give up or try to change his ways. After talking to Anna, who encouraged him not to quit, he decided he needed to make a real effort. "I can't keep living like this. I want to do better," he thought. Tom created a plan. He set small goals for himself each day. Instead of running 2 miles right away, he started with 5 minutes. Then, he gradually increased his time. He also set aside specific hours to study. Every time he completed a task, he felt a sense of accomplishment. As the weeks passed, Tom began to see changes in himself. He was losing weight, studying better, and even volunteering at a local shelter. His friends noticed the difference too. "Wow! Tom, you're really doing it," Anna cheered. Tom smiled, feeling proud. The final challenge was a big test of everything Tom had learned. The power of perseverance. Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a young boy named Leo. Leo was known for his cheerful nature and his love for soccer. He played soccer every day with his friends in the village field. However, Leo had a dream that went beyond just playing for fun. He wanted to become a professional soccer player. Every day after school, Leo practiced hard. He would spend hours kicking the ball, dribbling, and learning new tricks. His friends admired him, but they often told him, "Leo, you are not good enough to be a professional player." This made Leo sad, but he didn't give up. Instead, he told himself, "I will prove them wrong." One sunny afternoon, a famous coach named Mr. Thompson visited the village. He was looking for new talent for his soccer academy. Leo was excited and nervous. He wanted to show the coach what he could do, but he was afraid of failing. After thinking for a moment, he decided to take a deep breath and give it a try. The day of the tryouts came. Many kids from the village gathered at the field, all eager to impress Mr. Thompson. Leo felt butterflies in his stomach as he stood in line, waiting for his turn. When it was finally his chance, he ran onto the field with determination. Leo played with all his heart. He dribbled past the other players, made accurate passes, and even scored a goal. The coach watched closely, and Leo could see a smile forming on his face. After the game, Mr. Thompson called Leo over. "You have talent, Leo," he said, "but you need to work harder. Are you willing to do that?" "Yes, sir, I will work very hard," Leo replied with excitement. Mr. Thompson invited Leo to join the academy, and Leo's dream was finally coming true. However, the academy was not easy. Leo trained every day, sometimes for hours. There were days when he felt tired and wanted to quit. He missed playing with his friends and spending time at home. But every time he thought about giving up, he remembered his dream. One day, during a training session, Leo made a big mistake. He missed an important penalty kick during a practice game. His teammates were frustrated, and Leo felt embarrassed. He sat on the bench, feeling like a failure. "Maybe I'm not meant to be a professional player," he thought sadly. Just then, Mr. Thompson came over and sat next to him. "Leo, I see you were upset. Everyone makes mistakes, even the best players. What matters is how you respond to those mistakes," he said. "Perseverance is the key to success. You must keep pushing forward, no matter what." Leo listened carefully to the coach's words. He realized that he had to believe in himself and keep trying. The next day, he returned to practice with a new attitude. He worked on his weaknesses and focused on improving his skills. Slowly but surely, he began to feel more confident. As the weeks passed, Leo's hard work started to pay off. He became a better player and earned the respect of his teammates. They started to cheer for him, and Leo felt proud. He was no longer just a boy with a dream. He was a player who fought for his goals. One day, the academy decided to compete in a big tournament. Leo was nervous but excited. This was his chance to show everyone how much he had improved. On the day of the tournament, the atmosphere was electric. The stadium was filled with people, and Leo could hear them cheering. During the match, Leo played with all his heart. He passed the ball, defended well, and even scored a goal. His team won the game, and they moved on to the finals. Leo couldn't believe it. They were mastering your mindset to change your life. Once upon a time in a small town, there lived a young woman named Clara. Clara was an average person, living an ordinary life. She had a job at a local bookstore, where she spent her days surrounded by stories of adventure and success. However, Clara often felt stuck and unfulfilled. She wanted more from life, but she did not know how to change her situation. One evening, after a long day at work, Clara found a book on the shelf titled Master Your Mind, Change Your Life. Intrigued, she decided to buy it. As soon as she got home, she opened the book and started to read. The author spoke about the power of mindset and how our thoughts can shape our reality. Clara felt a spark of hope. Could changing her thoughts truly change her life? The next day, Clara woke up with a new determination. She decided to practice positive thinking. Instead of focusing on her limitations, she began to think about her strengths. Clara made a list of things she liked about herself. She was a good listener, she had a creative mind, and she loved helping others. By focusing on her strengths, Clara felt more confident. Clara also learned about setting goals. She realized that she had never set clear goals for herself. Inspired by the book, she decided to set small, achievable goals. Her first goal was to read one book a week. She believed that reading more would help her grow and learn new things. Every week, Clara visited the library and picked up a new book. She discovered stories about people who overcame challenges and achieved their dreams. With each book, Clara felt more inspired. She started to think about what she truly wanted in life. What were her dreams? What made her happy? One day, while reading a book about entrepreneurship, Clara had an idea. She loved books and wanted to share her passion with others. Why not start a small book club? Clara was excited about this idea. She quickly set a new goal, to create a book club in her town. Clara began to plan. She posted on social media, inviting people to join her book club. At first, she was nervous. What if no one showed up? But she remembered her new mindset. She told herself, I am capable, and I will try my best. The day of the first meeting arrived, and to her surprise, several people came. They discussed the book and shared their thoughts. Clara felt a sense of joy and fulfillment. She was doing something she loved. As the weeks went by, Clara's book club grew. More and more people joined, and they began to form friendships. Clara realized that by sharing her passion, she was also helping others discover their love for reading. This made her feel even more alive and connected to her community. However, Clara's journey was not always easy. There were moments of doubt. Sometimes, she felt overwhelmed by her responsibilities and fears of failure. During these tough times, she remembered the lessons from the book. She practiced mindfulness and reminded herself to stay positive. I can handle this, she would say. One day, Clara faced a significant challenge. She decided to organize a local reading event, inviting authors to speak and share their stories. It was a big undertaking, and Clara felt anxious. What if nobody came? What if the event was a disaster? But she knew she had to push through her fears. She visualized the event being successful and imagined people enjoying themselves. Clara worked hard to prepare for the event. She reached out to local authors, secured a venue, and promoted the event through social media and flyers. The day of the event arrived, and Clara's heart raced with excitement and fear. As she entered the venue, she was amazed to see a crowd of people gathered. They were all there to celebrate books and stories. The event was waking up early, the perfect morning routine. Once upon a time in a small town, there lived a girl named Lily. She was a normal teenager who loved to sleep. Every morning, she would wake up late and rush to school. This made her feel tired and stressed. One day, her teacher, Mrs. Smith, noticed Lily's tired eyes. Lily, you need to take better care of yourself, she said. Waking up early can help you have a better day. Lily listened carefully. That evening, she decided to try waking up early the next day. She set her alarm for 6 a.m. When the alarm rang, she felt sleepy and wanted to go back to bed. But she remembered Mrs. Smith's words. So, she got up and stretched her arms. The sun was just rising, and the sky was painted in beautiful colors. Lily decided to start her day with a glass of water. She remembered reading that staying hydrated is important. After drinking the water, she felt more awake. Next, she put on her favorite workout clothes and went for a short run. The cool morning air was refreshing, and she could hear the birds singing. Running made her feel happy and alive. After her run, Lily returned home and took a shower. The warm water helped her relax. Then, she chose a healthy breakfast. She made oatmeal with fruits and nuts. Eating a good breakfast made her feel full of energy. While eating, she listened to her favorite music. This made her smile and feel positive. Lily then sat down to plan her day. She took out her notebook and wrote down her goals. This helped her organize her thoughts and feel prepared. She felt proud of herself for waking up early and starting her day in a good way. When it was time to go to school, Lily felt energetic and ready. She arrived at school with a big smile on her face. Her friends noticed the change. "You look so happy today, Lily," said Mia, her best friend. Lily shared her new morning routine with Mia, who was curious. Mia decided to join Lily the next day. The next morning, Mia came over to Lily's house. Together, they woke up early, drank water, and went for a run. They laughed and talked during their run, making it more fun. After their workout, they enjoyed a healthy breakfast together. The girls felt amazing. As the weeks went by, waking up early became a habit for Lily and Mia. They noticed many benefits. They had more time to study, finish homework, and even read books. Their mornings were filled with joy and laughter. They also made new friends who were inspired by their routine. One day, Mrs. Smith asked the class to share something positive they had learned. Lily and Mia decided to share their early morning experiences. They explained how waking up early helped them feel better and more productive. The entire class listened with interest. After their presentation, Mrs. Smith said, "I am proud of you both. You have inspired your classmates to try waking up early too." Many students asked for tips on how to wake up early. Lily and Mia created a small guide to share with everyone. They included simple steps like setting an alarm, preparing breakfast the night before, and having a plan for the morning. As more students started waking up early, the school atmosphere changed. Everyone seemed happier and more focused. Lily and Mia felt proud to have made a difference. They continued their morning routine and started a small club called Early Risers. The club met every Saturday to share tips and enjoy fun activities. They played games, did yoga, and even had healthy cooking classes. Many students joined, and soon the club grew larger. Lily and Mia loved seeing their friends smile and enjoy their mornings. One Saturday, the club decided to organize a morning challenge. They invited students to wake up early for the journey to financial freedom. Once upon a time in a small town, there lived a young man named Tom. Tom was just like any other person. He worked hard at his job in local shop, earning enough money to pay his bills but never really saving anything. He always dreamed of living a better life, free from financial worries. One day, while cleaning the shop, he found an old book titled The Secrets of Wealth. Curious, he took it home. That night, Tom started reading the book. The author talked about the importance of a positive mindset and how thoughts can shape our reality. Tom learned that if he wanted to become wealthy, he needed to change his way of thinking. Instead of saying, "I can't afford that," he should say, "How can I afford that?" This simple shift in thinking inspired Tom. The next day, Tom decided to put his new mindset into action. He started looking for ways to save money. He created a budget and tracked his expenses. He realized he spent too much on coffee and fast food. So, he began making his coffee at home and cooking meals instead of eating out. These small changes helped him save a little each week. Tom also wanted to earn more money. He remembered that the book mentioned the importance of multiple income streams. After some thought, he decided to start a small online business selling handmade crafts. He had always enjoyed making things, and now he could turn his hobby into a source of income. At first, it was challenging. Tom spent late nights creating products and setting up his website. He faced many obstacles, such as low sales and competition. However, he didn't give up. He remembered the lessons from the book and kept a positive attitude. Slowly but surely, his business began to grow. People started to notice his crafts and appreciate the quality of his work. With the extra income from his business, Tom felt more secure. He began to save even more money, setting aside a portion of his earnings each month. He learned about investing and how it could help his money grow over time. Tom opened a savings account and started investing in stocks. He was nervous at first, but he educated himself by reading articles and watching videos about investing. As time went on, Tom's financial situation improved significantly. He paid off his debts and had enough savings to feel comfortable. He could finally enjoy little things in life without worrying about money. He even took a trip to the beach, something he had always wanted to do but never could afford. However, Tom knew that the journey to financial freedom was ongoing. He continued to read books, attend workshops, and surround himself with like-minded people who believed in financial independence. He learned about passive income, which is money earned without working actively for it, and started exploring different options. One day, Tom met an older man named Mr. Johnson at a local seminar. Mr. Johnson was a successful entrepreneur and had achieved financial freedom. Tom admired him and wanted to learn from his experience. After the seminar, Tom approached Mr. Johnson and asked if he could share some advice. Mr. Johnson smiled and said, "The key to wealth is not just about making money, but also about having the right mindset. Always be willing to learn and adapt." He encouraged Tom to think big and not be afraid to take risks. Inspired by Mr. Johnson's words, Tom decided to take his business to the next level. He started exploring new markets and expanded his product line. He also began collaborating with other small business owners, which helped him reach a larger audience. Tom learned about marketing and social media, using these tools to promote his crafts. His hard work paid off, and soon his online store was thriving. With his business flourishing, Tom realized he had more time to do things he loved. He volunteered at local charities, helping others learn about financial literacy. He shared his story and a journey of small changes. Once upon a time in a quiet town called Willow Creek, there lived a young woman named Mia. Mia was an ordinary person with a simple life. She worked at a local cafe, spent time with her friends, and enjoyed her weekends. However, Mia often felt unhappy. She wanted to change her life but did not know where to start. One sunny morning, Mia was sitting in her favorite cafe, sipping coffee and reading a book. The book was about personal growth and self-improvement. As she turned the pages, she came across a quote that caught her attention. "Small changes can lead to big results." This quote sparked an idea in Mia's mind. What if she started making small changes in her daily routine? That evening, Mia sat down and wrote a list of small changes she wanted to make. The first change was to wake up earlier. She decided to wake up 30 minutes before her usual time. This way, she could enjoy a peaceful morning, drink her coffee, and maybe even do some stretching exercises. The next morning, Mia set her alarm for 6:30 a.m. When the alarm rang, she felt sleepy but remembered her goal. She got out of bed and made herself a cup of coffee. As she sat on her balcony, watching the sunrise, she felt a sense of calm. This small change made her day start better. Encouraged by her success, Mia decided to add another change to her routine. She wanted to read more books. Mia loved stories, but she often felt too busy to read. So, she promised herself to read at least 10 pages every night before bed. Mia chose books that inspired her or made her laugh. Over the next few weeks, Mia woke up early and read every night. She noticed she felt more energetic and happier. The small changes were having a positive impact on her life. One day, while walking in the park, Mia saw a group of people practicing yoga. She had always wanted to try yoga but was afraid to join the class. However, she remembered her promise to make small changes. That weekend, she signed up for a beginner's yoga class. On the first day, she felt nervous, but the instructor was friendly and welcoming. Mia enjoyed the class and decided to continue. As Mia practiced yoga, she learned to relax and connect with her body. This new activity helped her focus and think more clearly. Mia began to notice other areas of her life where she could make changes. She decided to eat healthier, so she started cooking simple meals at home instead of eating fast food. One evening, while preparing a salad, Mia thought about how far she had come. The small changes she made were adding up to a happier life. She felt proud of herself and wanted to share her journey with others. Mia started a blog where she wrote about her experiences. She shared tips on waking up early, reading, doing yoga, and cooking healthy meals. To her surprise, many people began to follow her blog. They found her story inspiring and began to share their own small changes. This community motivated Mia to continue her journey. As her blog grew, Mia received messages from people all over the world. Some shared their struggles, while others shared their successes. Mia realized that everyone was on their own journey of change, no matter how small. She felt connected to these people and wanted to help them even more. One day, Mia received an email from a young man named Jake. He wrote about how he had been feeling lost and unhappy. After reading Mia's blog, he decided to make some small changes in his life too. He started waking up early and going for walks. He also began reading self-help books. Jake thanked Mia for inspiring him to take action. Mia was touched by Jake's message. She wrote back, encouraging him to keep going and reminding him that every small change counts. She felt a sense of purpose in helping others. The Journey of Confidence. Once upon a time, in a small town named Willow Creek, there lived a girl named Mia. Mia was a bright and creative girl, but she had one big problem. She was afraid of speaking in front of people. Whenever she had to present in class, her heart would race, and her hands would shake. She longed to be confident, but fear always held her back. One sunny day, Mia's teacher announced a talent show at school. Everyone was excited and eager to show their talents. Mia loved to sing, and she dreamed of performing on stage. But when she thought about singing in front of her classmates, her fear came rushing back. What if I forget the words? What if I make a mistake? She thought. Mia decided to keep her talent a secret. She watched her friends prepare for the show. Her best friend, Lily, was going to dance, and another friend, Tom, was going to play the guitar. They all seemed so confident, and Mia felt more anxious. One evening, Mia sat in her room, feeling sad. She looked in the mirror and said, "I want to be brave. I want to sing." Suddenly, she had an idea. She would practice singing every day in her room. If she could sing well alone, maybe she would feel better about singing in front of others. Mia started to practice. Every day after school, she sang in her room. At first, she was nervous, but slowly, she began to feel more comfortable. She sang her favorite songs and danced around her room. She imagined herself on stage, and it made her smile. As the talent show got closer, Mia felt a mix of excitement and fear. She told Lily about her plan to sing. Lily was thrilled and encouraged Mia to join her for practice. "Let's practice together. You will do great," she said. This made Mia feel a little better, but she still had doubts. One afternoon, Mia and Lily practiced in the school gym. Mia sang softly at first, but Lily cheered her on. "Louder, Mia. You can do it." With Lily's encouragement, Mia sang louder and with more confidence. After practicing for a while, they took a break. "Mia, you are really good. You should show everyone your talent," Lily said. But Mia shook her head. "I'm still scared. What if they laugh at me?" "Don't think about what others might say. Think about how much you love singing," Lily replied. Mia thought about it and realized that singing made her happy. Maybe it was worth the risk. The day of the talent show finally arrived. Mia wore a beautiful dress and her heart raced as she stood backstage. She could hear the applause and cheers from the audience. "I can do this," she whispered to herself. When it was her turn, Mia walked onto the stage. She saw her friends smiling at her, and she took a deep breath. The music started, and she began to sing. At first, her voice trembled, but as she continued, she felt the fear slowly disappear. Mia looked at the audience and saw people smiling. She remembered Lily's words and focused on the joy of singing. With every note, her confidence grew. By the end of the song, she was filled with happiness. The audience erupted in applause, and Mia felt proud of herself. After the show, Mia's friends rushed to her. "You were amazing. I knew you could do it," Lily said, hugging her. Mia smiled, feeling a wave of joy. She realized that she had overcome her fear. From that day on, Mia felt more confident. She joined a singing club at school and even performed in other shows. She learned that everyone has fears, but facing them can lead to wonderful experiences. Mia's journey taught her that. The power of gratitude. Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a young girl named Mia. She was known for her bright smile and kind heart. However, like many others, Mia often felt unhappy about her life. She would complain about the small house she lived in, the old clothes she wore, and the simple food her family could afford. One day, her grandmother visited her and noticed Mia's sadness. "Mia, why do you look so upset?" her grandmother asked. "I wish I had more toys, nicer clothes, and a big house like others," Mia replied with a sigh. Her grandmother smiled gently and said, "Let me tell you a story. Many years ago, I lived in a small house too, but I learned the power of gratitude, and it changed my life." Curious, Mia listened closely as her grandmother began her tale. In her youth, Mia's grandmother faced many hardships. Her family was poor, and they struggled to find enough food. Instead of complaining, her grandmother decided to focus on the good things in her life. She made a list of everything she was grateful for, no matter how small. "I was grateful for the sunlight that warmed my face, the birds that sang in the morning, and the laughter of my friends," her grandmother explained. "Every day, I would wake up and think about these things." Slowly, my heart felt lighter. Mia was intrigued. "What happened next?" she asked. "One day, I met an old man in the village. He was sad and lonely. I invited him to share my lunch with me. We talked and laughed, and I realized that helping others made me feel better too, her grandmother continued. From that day on, I made it a habit to help someone every week. I brought food to those in need and spent time with lonely people. Mia's eyes widened. Did that make you happy? She asked. Yes, it did, her grandmother replied. The more I helped others, the more I found joy in my own life. I learned that gratitude is not just about saying thank you, but also about sharing happiness with others. Mia thought about her grandmother's words. That night, she decided to write down her own list of things she was grateful for. She started with simple things, her family, her friends, and even her favorite book. As she wrote, she felt a warm feeling in her heart. The next day, Mia went to school with a new perspective. Instead of complaining about her old clothes, she smiled and noticed how colorful her friends' outfits were. During lunch, instead of being sad about her simple meal, she shared it with a classmate who forgot to bring food. Thank you, Mia. This is so nice of you, her classmate said, smiling brightly. Mia felt a rush of happiness. She realized that sharing what she had made her feel richer than before. From that day on, she practiced gratitude every day. She thanked her parents for their love, appreciated her teachers for their hard work, and even admired the beauty of nature around her. As the weeks passed, Mia noticed something magical happening. People began to smile more around her. Her friends started to help each other, and the whole class became closer. They organized fun activities and helped those who were sad or lonely. One day, Mia's teacher announced a special project. We are going to create a gratitude wall in our classroom. Everyone can write what they are grateful for and share it with the class, she said. Mia was excited. She wrote about her family, her friends, and the joy of helping others. When it was her turn to share, she spoke about how gratitude changed her life and made her feel happier. The other students listened carefully and started to share their stories too. I am grateful for my pet dog, says one boy, left double quotation mark.